Hola chicos, en este video vamos a aprender sobre age, or in Spanish we say la edad. So just like we use tener to talk about things that we have, we use tener to also talk about age, or how many years we have. So instead of saying I am blank years old, we actually say I have blank amount of years. Okay, so here we have the verb tener again. So let's just really quick review it. But first, we're going to talk about the questions that prompt us using that verb. So, ¿cuántos años tienes? So, ¿cuántos means how many, años are years, tienes. Do you have, right? So, how many years do you have? ¿Cuántos años tienes? That's how it directly translates. But in English, we just say, how old are you? So, ¿cuántos años tienes means how old are you? Now, we might be asking about the age of a specific person. So, ¿cuántos años tiene blank? It could be a name. It could be, ¿cuántos años tiene tu hermano? How old is your brother? ¿Cuántos años tiene maestra? How old is maestra? So, like, in that blank, you can put a name. You can put the description of a person. So, maybe you're asking, how old is your mom? How old is my dad? It can be whatever noun, so person, place, thing that you want to put into that blank. But cuantos again means how many, años are years, tiene is has, and then it's going to ask how many years does such and such a person have, right? Because we talk about having years in Spanish as our age instead of we are X amount of years. So, ¿cuántos años tiene blank means how old is blank, whoever that person is. Now, yo tengo, right, means I have. So, this is just a really good review. Tú tienes is you have, right? Él tiene, ella tiene, or usted tiene means he has, she has, or you formal has. Nosotros or nosotras tenemos means we have. And then ellos tienen, ellas tienen, or ustedes tienen means they have or you guys have, right? Ustedes is like you guys over there. So to answer these questions, right? ¿Cuántos años tienes? How many years do you have? I would say I have or yo tengo. And then you're going to put the number in Spanish and then años. So if I was going to answer this question, I would say yo tengo 24 años, years. If you were asking me, ¿cuántos años tiene? How many years has tu hermano? So how old is your brother? ¿Cuántos años tiene tu hermano? If I was going to answer that question, I would say, mi hermano, my brother, tiene, right? He has 22 años. He's 22 years old. Let's do one more example. So, ¿cuántos años tiene? How many years has mi padre? Or tu padre. Somebody was asking me, how many years does your dad have? Or how old is your dad? ¿Cuántos años tiene tu padre? I would say, mi padre, my dad, tiene, he has 55 años. He's 55 years old. Okay. Now we have a few more examples just so you can kind of see how this works. So, tengo, I have 14 años. This means I am or I have 14 años, years. So to say I am 14 years old, you say I have 14 years in Spanish. Tengo 14 años. Mi padre, whoops, made a little typo. Let's fix that right now. 40. That was such a silly little error. Sometimes when it's late at night, I can't spell. So to say my dad is 40 years old, I'm going to say mi padre tiene 40 años. So my dad has 40 years. My dad isn't 14. Okay. Now, Eduardo tiene 20 años. And that's saying Eduardo has 20 years, or he is 20 years old. So again, remember that for age, it's not yo soy, I am. It's always yo tengo, I have. It's not él es, he is 40. That doesn't work. He is not the number 40, he has 40 years. So él tiene 40 años. Okay, that was a lot, but you guys can see in these examples and in your notes that it just follows a specific formula, right? You use tengo, tienes, tiene, tenemos, or tienen, just based on who we are talking about as far as age. You put the number and then you put años after to signify years or age. It's that easy. So 3 parts to our language formula. That is in your guided notes. Make sure that you use those in your practice, and I'll see you in the next video. Adios.